A Florida congressman wants to help people struggling to pay rent. He is introducing the End Junk Fees for Renters Act to crack down on fees imposed by landlords that make it hard to comparison shop. News for Jack's consumer investigator Tiffany Salome joining us live with details on what's inside this bill. Tiffany?
If you've applied for an apartment or a rental home recently, you know how competitive things can get. Landlords usually want credit checks, they want background checks, and they'll usually charge you for it. And if you're shopping around $100 on multiple homes, can add up pretty quickly.
I want to say it was about $100 or so, I think.
It was 125.
Renters in Jacksonville say they typically pay over $100 in fees when trying to find a place to live.
It's not getting cheaper, that's for sure.
We have to put an end to the profiteering and corruption, and we need to usher in transparency.
U.S. Congressman Maxwell Frost says Florida has a housing affordability crisis. That's why he's introducing the End Junk Fees for Renters Act.
There's a difference between profiting and profiteering off of rent. I don't think anyone should be profiteering off of housing.
The provisions of the bill include banning application and screening fees, requiring late fees to apply as credit to next month's rent, ending fees for paying rent online, and prohibiting credit checks in the rental screening process.
A lot of people will do a great job in paying their rent and obviously sometimes leave credit card bills or et cetera last because they're trying to feed their family and pay their rent and pay for their essential expenses. So we don't believe that credit score should be used in determining whether or not someone is good to pay their rent or not. It's keeping a lot of families from renting right now, and especially young people too, who haven't even developed credit yet.
Frost hopes by ending junk fees and allowing more people to shop around for housing, renters will have more power to drive down the cost of rent.
And we know that we have one of the worst affordable housing problems in the country per capita. There are many solutions here. This bill is the first of many bills we're going to release.
The federal proposal was just introduced in Washington last week, and it has the support of advocacy groups like the National Housing Law Project and the National Consumer Law Center. It's still unclear right now how much this bill will gain traction on the congressional level, but Frost tells me he has plans to introduce more pro-renter legislation. Reporting live on the South Bank, Tiffany Salome, Channel 4, the local station.